Hi everyone, welcome to MarikaCreations. Today it's all about Valentine's Day, yet another video with DIYs inspired by love. Before we get started, I quickly want to mention that this video is part of the Love Corner collaboration. You can see all the participants right here. So much talent, so much creativity, and I will leave links to their channels down in my description box, along with a link to the playlist of this collaboration, where you get tons and tons of Valentine inspiration. So stay tuned for all this. For my first DIY, I will take this cute little chest as a base. I thrifted that for a couple of euros some time ago, and now I know what to do with it. So on the inside of the lid and a little bit on the inside of the box, I will just dry brush it with a white acrylic paint. And that I will do in order to have a lighter background for my decoupaging that I will do inside the lid. This will be like a cute little vintage suitcase, if you will, in the old world, filled with romantic pieces. I have this beautiful napkin that I will use with golden angels on. Putting on Mod Podge with a pencil brush, and then put on my napkin piece and put Mod Podge on top of it. And then I will take smaller pieces to fill this lid with angels. I think angels are suitable for all year round decor, not only for Christmas. So they will fit perfectly into my little box here, singing romantic songs. Then I will take this piece of fabric that I had on hand, and I will make it fit into the box. So I'm just measuring, eyeballing really, to see how large I need to cut it in order for it to fit. And I will hot glue it together to make it look like a cute little box once put together. If you're new to my channel, hi, I am Marika, and on this channel I do lots of DIYs, thrift flips, trash to treasure, renovation of my home, some pottery, some painting, anything creative really. Please join me, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell, and join my YouTube family. Once I have the shape that I need, I put it inside my little chest and hot glue it into place, like you see me do here. Oh, why did I do that? I think I did it because it was slightly too big. So let's try it again. Works a lot better now, it has a better fit for the box. The chest is starting to look really pretty, and the only thing I have to do now before I fill it with romantic items is to put on a lace ribbon on the rim of the chest and also on the lid, on the rim of the lid, as you see me do right here. Just putting it in place with some hot glue. I have some old photos of me and my husband some 12 years ago. That looks a bit romantic, I think. I printed out a few of them to see which one I wanted to use for this project. So I'm cutting them to size and see which one fits the frame. Tiny little vintage frame that I had on hand. Going through them all, and finally I picked one that I loved. Now I'm making an envelope, just making a square and then folding it like you see me do here, hot gluing it together. I will not have anything in the envelope, just need the envelope itself. Like that, and then I will write my love on the back of it, just trying it out on a separate piece of paper first before I go on to the envelope. And then I have some of my reliefs that I made in a silicone mold with just some hot glue that I'm placing on the envelope, and just dry brushing with my creamy gold color to make the texture pop a bit, like that. And I do the dry brushing all the way around the envelope as well to give it a more worn vintage look. And here I'm putting on another piece on the other side of the envelope and dry brushing that one as well. Looking pretty, I think. Before I go on to the next item to put in my chest, I decided to put some of my creamy gold color onto the chest on the outside of it to make it a little bit brighter, just on the leather parts of it. And here I have taken another piece of fabric and cut out a heart and yet another heart, because I will glue them together so I can fill that heart with some polyfill. So I'm just gluing them together as they are. Cut off any unevenness, left a little opening for my polyfill. So I stuff it really well with my polyfill, like you see me do here, to get a nice rounded heart. And when I'm happy with the result, I just hot glue it together like that. And then on the rim of my heart I will put some vintage buttons, some white buttons, just gluing them all the way around my heart. One thing left before I put everything together is to put this cute little silver heart onto that pearl bracelet. Just doing it with my pliers like that, pinching it back together again. So I filled the bottom of my chest with just some pieces of fabric like that. And then I have some lace stockings that I thought was very romantic. Let them hang on the edge like that. And then my heart and my letter and my photo, looking very pretty so far. And this is my bracelet again, and I will put it on top of that heart like that, very cute. And the last thing is a cute rose that I have spray painted over a year ago. Fits right in here. Just put that in place, and I am done with my little Valentine's display in a vintage setting. Look at that. And here's a little closer look how it turned out. Very romantic, a vintage touch. Tell me what you think. I think it's super cute. I will put it in my master bedroom. And on the back there I have put a tag on which says home. Home where my heart belongs. For my second DIY, I will make over this display here that I had for fall. Just love it, and I want to use it now for Valentine's and spring. So I'm taking off all the fall leaves like that. They were just attached with hot glue, so it was an easy task, and all the dry moss and everything. Just clean it up properly. And now I'm starting over again. I will use the same witch hazel branch because I just love it. And I'm putting some floral foam underneath it to make it really steady. Then I have this fresh green moss that I'm shaping into a heart. Like that, looking good. And then I'm taking my tiny pebbles and put all the way around the heart to cover that floral foam completely as well. And here I am with some cherry blossoms that I will put on my witch hazel branch instead of the fall leaves. It's not really spring yet, but I call for spring to come quickly because I'm longing for it, so I'm putting it on there, celebrating love and spring. Et voila! This is how it turned out. My beautiful centerpiece on my dining table. Looking a bit minimalist after Christmas, which I like. I like to pare down quite a bit after Christmas. Tell me what you think. For my third DIY, I will make a heart box using this piece of cardboard, just drawing 2 circles and join them together to form a heart. And I'm just cutting it out with my scissors like that. And before I do anything else, I will trace it on this cork sheet, cutting out slightly smaller heart, as you can see here. I will show you what I will do in just a minute. Then I'm cutting a strip out of the same piece of cardboard, just pre-folding it a little bit so it's much easier to manipulate, because I will have that as the wall of my box, my heart-shaped box. I'm taking some fabric that I already had on hand, cutting out or tearing, as you see here, out pieces the right size, and for my heart as well, slightly bigger, as you can see, a little bit of an allowance so I can fold it around the edges. Put it on with the help of some hot glue. Now putting on my cork sheet heart to cover the ugliness, and that will be the bottom of my box. And now I'm folding the fabric onto the walls of my box, just hot gluing it into place, same fashion here. And then it's time to glue it into place to form a little box, a little at the time. And as you can see, I have still a little bit of excess here that I will just cut off. Now I'm making a heart out of this red fabric, 2 pieces like that, and I will put them right side to right side and hot glue them together, just leaving a tiny opening for my polyfill, turning it right side out, stuffing my heart with a lot of polyfill until I'm happy with the result, and then I just hot glue it together like that. And I will embellish it with some pearls, just some faux pearl bracelets that I had on hand. I just put them on one side of the heart like that. And then I will put it in the box, but first I will fill the box up because it's quite high, so it will sit right on the top. And I have already cut a number of eucalyptus pieces to put around my heart and cut even more, so it will look pretty on display. To cover that seam, I will take another of these pearl bracelets and just hot glue just where I want to cut it, so the pearls won't fall off, and then I will hot glue it into place like you see me do here to cover up the ugliness. And that's it really for this Valentine's piece. And I have placed it here in my entryway. I think it turned out pretty. Tell me what you think. For my fourth and final DIY, I will paint a stone. And this stone I found outside, and it doesn't have a heart shape, but it's smooth and round. So I'm painting the lower part in black and the upper part in red. And now I am trying to shape it like a heart, turn it into a 3D shape sort of, that it will look like a heart. And then I go in with other nuances of red to give it more dimension by creating highlights and shadows. If you like this video and videos like this, consider subscribing and hit that a like button as well. It will help my channel to grow, and I can spend more time creating inspirational content for you. Another way to support my channel is to press that thanks button. You can find it at the same place where you find the like button, and donate a little bit for my craft supplies. My aim is to upload 1 or 2 videos per week. It's starting to look good, doesn't it? But here, right in the middle of this, I decided I didn't want the highlights as they are right now. Don't know why, but there are different ways to put on highlights, so I will show you what I did next. So I decided to have the highlights on the edges there instead. You will see what I'm doing instead of me trying to explain here. And why I'm showing you this is just to give you a couple of different ways to put on highlights on a piece, and you decide which one you think is better. And the next morning in a crafter's life, I decided to turn it back to the original highlights. It's so good when you're painting something, it's so easy to paint over it and start again. So, back to the original. Once everything has dried, the last thing I do is to put on a coat of a satin finished varnish. And here is how it turned out. I think it looks darling, beautiful in that cement bowl. So tell me what you think of my creations today. Did you have a favorite? Let me know in the comments. If you want more Valentine's inspiration straight away, just go to my description box and hit that link to the playlist of this collaboration. So much inspiration awaits you there. Thank you so very much for watching. See you soon again in my next one. Until then, take care. Bye.